Hey, how's everybody doing? Before I get this video started, the song playing right now is actually one of the old songs I used to listen to back in the day. It's Man of War, Hymn of the Immortal Warriors. I'll put it in the description below. But this video that I'm bringing to you today, just get to the middle. It's something that perplexes me to no end. And you can come and say whatever you want to say about the topic, which I would like to actually hear some actual comments on this, but I'm not going to actually see anything at any time soon. But I wanted to know what you would think about this. So the topic at hand that I was actually talking to someone a few days ago, I'm doing a lot of stuff in here. The topic at hand is, what if, this is a what if in this male-dominated species system that we call the human race, what if there was no actual need for makeup or dolling up or having to, basically, what if women didn't have to do all of these things that they do clearly to get attention from men, but it's mainly for the right guy and not just every guy? So the thing that I posed was, what if at the age where a man would go through the stages of puberty, what if at that pivotal moment they still went through puberty? They still got older, grew hair, had acne, and basically did all the things to get older, but the only thing that didn't happen was that mental state to where girls go from being another type of person to being a girl. So like that thing when boobs miraculously become a thing, or if a girl is sitting there dropping it low. When she was little and you were little, it didn't make any sense. She was just dancing. It didn't do anything for you. But when you get a little older, or you get to that age, then it's like, yo, that looks kind of enticing. And then, phalanges get fleshed up and stuff starts pumping differently, and then you start doing stuff that you wouldn't naturally do because you're chasing after something that you perceive is something that is it's out of your grasp, but it's right there and you want to have it. It's almost like being hungry and you just discovered what food is, kind of. But the question I posed was, what if the male species didn't have this happen? So it's like from when they were little all the way until they're adults, they see women as other human beings. It's like looking at another dude almost. They don't really, regardless of how much makeup they put on or whatever, it doesn't really entice them to want the other gender more. It's just kind of, they're there. Then I was thinking so then what would the world be like? I think some of the things that would change, at least as I would think would change, probably wouldn't be any rape, or at least in a sense there wouldn't be any rape, because there's no initial attraction to females, just like there's no initial, unless you're into guys, which is not a bad thing, but I'm saying there's no initial attraction to the other gender, so there's no real need to I gotta have them. There's no biological need to do that. And then the only way that we would procreate would be through, I guess, like it'll be kind of like a mating system, but it'll kind of work more along the lines of like, oh, well, these are your genes, these are her genes. If you wish to mate with this person, then, you know, this would most likely be the best outcome for your, I would guess, bloodline. But you can choose another one, but you don't have to necessarily do it. But most of the matches are made out of what your blood type is and stuff in your body. But this is going way too far into it. The main thing of the argument is just what would happen if men initially were still men, still had testosterone, still got angry over dumb stuff, still decided like, oh yeah, I need to buff up, need to get the guns ready, you know, gotta get, but you know, they're still being men, still like playing football or doing whatever. But the difference is, if you had these men at a construction site, and that hot chick walks by, instead of it being like, oh yeah, hey baby, how you doing? Now it'd just be like, oh, I guess that lady's going to work, I guess. And they just go about talking their own business. So all of the stuff that would be like misogynistic sexism, and I don't know if I'm using these words correctly, but just all of these things that are happening in the world that are somewhat unfair to women, or even things with like jobs or whatever, where like women are essentially getting paid that little bit less than a man would, or you know, stuff like that. It's just a question I would pose to all the YouTubers out there. I don't really have any answers right now. The only thing I was thinking of was just that it would be kind of weird, because then I would think the only flip that I would see would be happening is that even though men would possess more testosterone by genetics, I feel like in this sense it would turn into where women would actually become the aggressors in a sense. So it would be like kind of like how they do all of the videos where it's like, oh, if guys were girls, and then they have like, I remember seeing this one video where it was like a whole bunch of dudes. Well, it was like different situations. So it was like this dude walking down the street, and these two ladies was like, "Damn, I want to get in them dramas." And I'm like, ugh. And then he had another one where it's like some guys are shopping or something, and then some girls walking by, and like, looking fine, girl, some shit like that. I was talking to these dudes, and the dudes are like, my body, stuff like that. So I'm wondering how the world would work in that sense. But the only problem would be is just that it's the testosterone factor. So if a woman would be aggressive enough to, you know, talk to a guy, there's still that dominance thing. So it's like, would the guy still want to be the dominant one, or would he be the submissive, or I don't know. This is just some thoughts that I'm thinking about right now. So if you guys have anything that you think might happen or whatever, leave some comments in the thing below. You know where the comment section is at. I'll put a link to my yeah, I am at work, so I'll put a link to my page, of course, in the info section. Subscribe if you want. I'm gonna call this segment Midnight Thoughts with Omega O. I don't know what I'm doing with my hands here. Or actually, it would be Midnight Thoughts with Omega O. Or would it go down and then come out? I'm doing the Omega symbol, if you can see it through my hand signs. So it's just a topic that kind of sparked an actual video tonight. Plus, I just got a new editing program, so even though this video is kind of like just a question and answer thing, it's also that so that I can test out this new program because oh my god, uploading to YouTube took like 2 days. Like, come on, bruh! Like, what is going on? I'm sitting here. I had a download. I was downloading my last video. And let me get this thing running back up. I was downloading my last video the other day, or actually 2 days ago, right after I did it. And of course, working the night shift over here at this job, you know, it takes a long time. There we go. Refresh. You'll see it in the reflection in my glasses. You know, I did a pretty long video. It was pretty informative video and whatever. And it took a long time for it to download the first time I put it up. So I was looking for some other things to do, which I found everything that I needed to find. It's now just editing and different things like that. But the funny thing that happened was, like, you know, after my shift was almost done, I noticed that it had like a small short in here, because sometimes the power in here is a little wonky, but it had a short in here, and the printer was like flipping out. And I'm like, why is the printer doing that? And then I was like, what? No! My video! So then like I like had to turn my Mac back on, and then I looked, and I was like, oh, no. Why have the gods forsaken me? And I was thinking, like, you know, my video is gone. But then I reposted it back up, and it was like, oh, it popped back up to where it was before. So I was like, whoa, it actually worked. So, but then the only problem was the processing was taking forever. So I'm like, oh, this is not going to finish by the time I have to go home. And then I got to unplug it, and I got to start over. So when I got home, I finally got home. And I laid down after work, and I put on the download list for the last video that I put up. And I keep looking down because I'm looking at the screen. I'm sorry that I'm not looking you guys in the eye. Sorry that my eyes aren't meeting yours. Anyway, I put it up. I gotta compress this video crazy. I put it up there, and then it took like, I'm gonna say like 8 hours to download. And I'm like, why is this taking so long? And then it was like, it was on like 97 for like an hour. And I'm like, oh, how am I supposed to do this? And then like after that, it finally finished, and I was like, oh, thank God. But it was an ordeal. So I'm gonna try this editing program to see if I can compress this video a little bit, and I'm also working on some stuff for the initial beginning of the show. So, but that was it for today. That's my video for tonight. Most of these videos are gonna be a little kind of grainy because I'm in a dark room. Actually, let me see something like that. Wait, I'm getting it. There it is. Ah! Alright. No, it's still grainy. Yeah, it's still grainy. I don't know, something's going on with my player. But that's the video. Like I said, comment below. Subscribe if you want to, which I hope you will, because soon there is coming a light that the world has never seen before. Soon one man will join the ranks of those who call themselves stars, vast and omnipotent. I am trying along with my friends, to join the light of that which shines in the heavens. Hopefully, you, my faithful subscribers, if I ever get any, will help me reach the pinnacle and stand atop the hill that is greatness. Well, that's my video. Enjoy the rest of the song, it's pretty epic. And I'm about to play some Animal Crossing. Have a nice night, guys.